What's up, guys? It's Tim. Today I'm going to be talking about the neutral cards that are going to be in leaving the with the new expansion coming, and these are cards from the Year of the Mammoth that are rotating out. So the first card up is Mistress of Mixtures, a 1-mana 2/2. You see this all the time in Q Block and Control Warlock. Very good arena card, just helps with early game stability. Definitely going to miss this. Very good card. Next up, for neutral cards, in the common slot, we're going to split it up into neutral commons and rares. This is the Netherspite Historian, definitely pretty much only seen in Priest. Helps you with your, early game dust breakers, finding a late game, maybe even drafting something like a Temporis when you are just that desperate and need it in your Priest matchups. But pretty much a Priest card. Because of Dragon of Operative, goes well with Twilight Drake and Ysera. You could definitely find something that'll win you the game later on. Very good card, very sad it's leaving. It had very good design space as well. Next card up that's important from the commons is the Naga Corsair. Pretty much only in Kingsbane Rogue. I didn't really see it anywhere else. So, yeah, that's what's leaving. Pretty much just those three. Moving on to rares, we got Eater of Secrets. Destroy all enemy secrets for 4 mana 2/4. Not seen super often, but definitely, worth noting that this card is a tech card that is leaving for secrets. Next card up is going to be Doppelgangster. I spelled that wrong. It's Doppelgangster, a 5 mana 2/2. Obviously only in Evolve Shaman, pretty much. Card's very good. Very interesting to pull off. You could also combo it with Unstable Evolution or your Thrall Shaman hero power. Interesting how these cards only find homes in one class. Next card up is Bookworm. Not super important, but it did see play in some Dragon Priest decks, so I will count it here. If you're holding a dragon, destroy an enemy minion with 3 or less attack. And yeah, pretty much only in Priest I saw it. I didn't really see it anywhere else. In Arena, not too good a card, obviously, because its restriction's pretty high for Arena. And that's actually going to be it for rares. We're going to move on to epics. My favorite card in epic is going to be Dirty Rat. Yeah, Dirty Rat just messes up with your opponent's hand a lot, and it's a very interesting card that's going to be leaving. I really like the mechanics where you're allowed to mess with your opponent's hand. And so that's going to be sad that Dirty Rat is leaving. Seen playing in a lot of decks. Even Control Paladin too, which is weird. Faceless Shambler is leaving. Not seen a lot, but it is worth noting that this card is gone. Along with this card that is kind of seen, Burgly Bully, in that OTK Paladin and some maybe Rogue decks. I'm not entirely sure. This card's leaving as well. 5 mana 4/6. Very good arena card as well. I like the design on this card, and the artwork's not bad. You got a bunch of coins there. The next card up is a Giant. We are losing Arcane Giant, which was from Karazhan. This card actually saw play in some mage decks along with Yogg-Saron. Speaking of Yogg-Saron, let's jump into the legendary cards. So the first one is going to be Patches. I might not have a lot of these legendary cards, honestly, but Patches is gone. Ever since the nerf, it's not too big a deal, so we don't have to spend too much time on that. We do have to spend time on this card. Barnes is leaving. Summon a 1/1 copy of random minion. This is going to ruin Big Priest. It's going to ruin the Yashiraj Hunter, and just many other decks, or a few other decks, that just relied on this broken mechanic that was just completely unfair. Not very fun to play against, not very fun to play as. It's fun in the beginning, but then certain cards just got, ridiculously overpowered, and overpowered cards came out, and Barnes was just no more fun to play. Next up is Finja, the Flying Star. This was seen in Murloc Paladin for a bit until it was deemed too slow. I do think it's a very good card. I never bothered to craft it, unfortunately, but I did think it was definitely worth noting that it's leaving. A good card that I do like is Medivh. Medivh was seen in Jade Druid a lot. It was also seen in Big Spell Mage. Some other druid decks, I think, maybe Spiteful. Definitely very important card in a lot of decks, and it's from Karazhan. Good stat line. Atiesh, the weapon, was very good. It's pretty much what made the card like what it was. So, really sad Medivh's leaving. Like the design over it. Next up is gonna be a couple of dragons. Well, the first dragon is Deathwing Dragonlord. I was very close to crafting it, but then I realized it was leaving soon. I do like its stats. I do like its ability. I think it's better than the original Deathwing for different purposes, but definitely saw play in certain decks. You could also find it off of Netherspite Historian, which could change the game for you. So you definitely saw it here and there. Alright, the next card, probably one of the most important cards ever that's leaving, N'Zoth the Corruptor. Yeah, this card is everywhere, and it's going to be weird without it. You're going to be expecting, like, turn 10, your Warlock opponent's going to be playing, you know, you expect them to play N'Zoth, get a bunch of Void Lords, and then you have to, like, concede. No, not anymore, because this card's going to be gone soon. This card was also good in Priest for a bit. Obviously now only in like Q block, and I can't really think of what else this card goes into right now, but N'Zoth is very important. Another old god that we're losing is Yasharaj. This is a big priest. It's in Spell Hunter. So yeah, very interesting card, very good card. It's gone. Yeah, this old god's gone. It's weird. These old gods were like super powerful, and everyone was like, wow, these cards are gonna be broken. And I guess they kind of were, because they're still being played like a year later. Another card up is Yogg-Saron. There we go. Yogg-Saron, a 10 mana 7/5 from Old Gods. Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing with this card. I remember when I first got in the pack, I was like, wow, this card's like pretty fun. I can't wait to use it. And I had some cool moments. You can see some cool moments on YouTube somewhere. And yeah, I think it's gonna be missed. It's gonna be fun and wild. And the last card up is a very good card, Curator, 7 mana 4/6 taunt. You could draw up to 3 cards with it. And it was a mech for some reason, but it saw play. It saw play in Control Warrior and in some Paladin decks, because you could draw, like, you know, your Primordial Drakes and your what's that Murloc that's a 2/2? I forget. It gives you a secret. I forget its name. Yeah, it had a lot of practical applications, so you could do a lot of cool things with it. But Curator, like all these cards, is gone. That's gonna be it for the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed me talking about some of the best cards that are leaving this expansion, and I hope you are better prepared for the Year of the Raven, where new decks are bound to be made because a lot of the old cards are gone. A lot of these old cards are kind of irreplaceable in my opinion, so completely new decks will form, new decks will rise. We'll see what happens. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, make sure to like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.